the year 2026 is a very significant year, and it's not a year to joke with, because it's a year that is carrying judgment.
Now to some developing news from Mexico. We're learning an earthquake with a magnitude of 6.5 has rattled the southern and central parts of the country. Alarms were triggered in Mexico City during President Claudia Sheinbaum's first press briefing of the new year.
Está temblando. A ver, con tranquilidad. ¿Dónde está?
Tonight, the race to restore power turning urgent by the hour for communities still in crisis across the South. The snow, ice, and bitter cold, a dangerous combination with at least 81 deaths.
We believe that the helicopter went down in the river.
About 1,500 people in Sicily have been forced from their homes after a huge landslide. The 4-kilometer-long slide began on Sunday after a cyclone blew through the area. The slide has been growing by up to 10 meters per day. Local officials say all of the homes within 70 meters of the drop-off are expected to be lost, and the nearby city historic center is in danger.
In Mozambique, following weeks of severe flooding that have affected nearly 700,000 people in the central and southern regions of the country. The flooding was brought on by weeks of torrential rain and forced scores of people into temporary shelters and destroyed critical infrastructure. More than 100 people have died, while many others are still missing.
Absolutely gut-wrenching. This is what 10,000 square kilometers of flooded land looks like.
The last time a tornado warning was issued in January for central or western parts of the state was 2008. It has been a very long time since we've had tornado warnings in January in central or western Oklahoma.
So there is going to be taking over territories.
The King of Denmark is set to visit Greenland next month in a show of support for residents on the Arctic island. And of course, this follows recent tensions with the U.S. over Greenland's future. President Trump has repeatedly demanded the U.S. take over the semi-autonomous Danish territory for national security.
President Trump's new strategy for Greenland, threatening some NATO allies with a 10% tariff. This as thousands gathered in Denmark to support the Arctic territory, waving flags and holding up signs reading, "Hands off Greenland."
Trump posting on Truth Social that 8 of our NATO allies, including Denmark, France, Germany, and the United Kingdom, will face 10% tariffs starting on February 1st, adding that those tariffs will jump to 25% in June until a deal is reached for the complete and total purchase of Greenland.
Fighting over territories, taking more land and all that, and resources.
But in the meantime, we're getting everything we wanted: total security, total access to everything, have as many bases, have all the equipment that we want. And very importantly, we're building the Golden Dome, we call it, and it works much better when we have access to Greenland. Just covers more territory, covers it more accurately. Missiles will be more accurate.